California, here we come! What's the second episode?
Roxy.
Hi everyone, my name is Roxy and this is my new series, USA versus Italy. In this series I'm gonna talk about the differences and the similarities I noticed between these two places. Of course, disclaimer, this is my perspective, my experience, the stuff that I noticed. Different people might have different experience, might notice different stuff. But I still think this series could be super useful for the people who want to know more about these two places and want to know more about me. And I'm gonna also share some information that could be very useful if you travel. In this episode, I'm gonna talk about, in fact, the weather! A lot of people ask me, Roxy, what's the climate in the United States? Well, I cannot answer that question because the United States are really big. It's kind of like saying, what's the climate in Europe? Depends. If you go to the northeast part of the United States, there is a climate, and if you go to the southwest, there is another climate. So I can only talk about California. Actually, not even. I can talk about LA, because if you go to the northern part of California, there is a different type of weather. So I'm gonna focus on the differences between LA and Rome and Italy in general, because if you go to the north of Italy, it's not that different than the south. I mean, the whole country has 4 seasons. It's super hot in summer and usually is humid hot. During fall it rains. During winter, in most places it snows, and then during springtime there is a nice weather. Sometimes it rains, but mostly there is a nice weather. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, etc. And also, the temperature doesn't change that much during the day. LA is completely different. First of all, it's kind of like summertime all year round. Almost never rains. And something that surprised me a lot is that the temperature can vary a lot in 24 hours. So, for example, in Rome, during summertime, maybe you wake up and it's like 90 degrees. At lunchtime, it's still kind of like 90 degrees. And then during the night, at 3 AM, it's still 90 degrees and you can't sleep. But here in LA, it's not like that. I wake up early and I go running, and usually it's kind of like coldish. During lunchtime, it's so hot. It's super hot. I want to be in a tank top and shorts. And then, if I go out after sunset, the wind is kind of cold and I need a jacket. So, the temperature varies a lot during the day and then during the night. And that's something that surprised me a lot. I thought, this is so weird! And also, here it's hot, but it's not humid. It's very dry. And I like it, because I don't sweat as much. Of course, sometimes there are abnormalities. Abnormal weather stuff. And for example, usually here it never rains, but last December it rained a lot. I was very surprised, but that's not the norm here, okay? So in general, if you travel to LA, layer up, but always check the weather 2 or 3 days before going. And that's it for today. I hope you guys like this video. If you have questions about LA, Rome, Italy, California, the United States, or whatever, let me know in the comments. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna talk about something that you suggested. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Mwah!